Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Last week actually, when I was in my previous live stream, Bitcoin was here, around here, and I was expecting a bounce. Remember, I said, well, this is the turn is your friend until the end. So the thing here is that I was looking for a buy signal here. There is no volume here. In this dump we saw here, there is no volume to support this dump here we saw last week, and after that I was looking for this move. I was in long position. I closed my position around 119, around there, and well, from there it was just extra. I was just trading here in the short term. um, well, the thing here is like, right now here in the very very short term, well, actually no, in 1 day chart actually, Bitcoin is forming actually a better divergence right now. We don't have the confirmation yet because we don't have the signal yet, and also ADX is still positive here. So that's why I will be careful here, looking for shorts. Actually, I don't think so. I think that in the short, around maybe 2023, 123k around there will be actually nice. um, if you are short around the area, well, I would suggest just keep it like this, like this. Just protect your entry, because there is a very high chance if we see a bounce this weekend, it's gonna be a um, is gonna be a sell signal. One thing, Dominic, thank you for joining, but I don't use Telegram. I don't use Telegram. Discord is the only one, the only application I'm using. The only the only community I have here is on Discord. That's all. Yep. Be careful with the scammers, okay? Be careful with the scammers, because I kicked out around 6 last week from my Discord, and my Discord is very small, so well, just be careful. I will never contact you, never send you a DM asking you for offering something. No, that is not the way. The formal way to talk with me is in the private channels and in front of many people, of course. If we have, of course, sometimes I have some DMs with someone, but usually they are actually uh, members who, like, long time, like when they started with me this project 4 years ago. So of course you are free to send me a DM. I allow people to send me DM, but I will never ask you to, I don't know, trade for you or that kind of things. Be careful with that. I am not selling courses actually. Well, okay. The thing for Bitcoin in 1 day chart, as you can see here, I'm looking for a bull trap. I mean, this move should be actually a bull trap. There is no volume to support here, and also if we study the volume, because actually it's very important. Now with this bounce here, there is no volume to support this move in 1 day chart. I know you are very bullish. Now we are in alt season, right? And to the moon and 1 million, whatever, right? I know. People now are in FOMO again, right? This is normal, but well, in this case, as you can see here, we don't have volume to support this move. What I'm looking right now is potentially next week, Monday, Tuesday, we could see a sell signal here, forming a better divergence here. And if that happens, well, the first target is going to be around 114, 15k. But from there, I will be careful, because this time potentially Bitcoin could break the range, looking for 110k. I know. Maybe you're, oh my god, but Bitcoin new ATA. Yeah, that's the problem. This new ATA we have right now for Bitcoin is it was not supported by volume. That's my point. Now, if I show you here in 4 hour chart, there is volume in the short term. Of course, yes, there is volume in the short term. Looking for a bounce, looking for around 120k, no more than that, I think. And from there, we will see another leg down. As you can see here in 12 hour chart, let me show you here. In 12 hour chart, the volume is healthy. And what I'm trying to say, in the short term, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin is doing something, right? But in 1 day chart and higher time frames, That is actually my concern. As you can see here, we have also this red dot. This red dot means like the volume here, when this move, we have a better divergence in volume. What I'm trying to say is this: the move was moving up to from 118 to 123, but when you see this red dot, orange dot, this is telling you the amount of money coming to the market, it was not enough. I mean, it's not following. It's not following. The volume is not following the price. That's my point. So that's why we saw this rejection. That's why I was in short position around 23k, and I closed the position actually around 119k, around there, maybe just 2%. 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart trading. That's all. Remember, I don't trade 4 hour chart, 1 hour chart. Usually I do that just because my community people like to trade in very short term. In my case, minimum 4 hour chart, 1 day chart. That is actually the time I like to trade. I want peace, you know. I want peace. That's why I don't do that like in 1 hour chart. But well, never mind. Now, as you can see here, in 4 hour chart, we will see a bounce potentially. Yes, I think we'll see a bounce. Volume is still healthy here. I don't see major issues in volume in the short term. I mean, this weekend, that's all. So looking for something like this. But if you see this bounce, that is gonna be actually a sell opportunity, at least for me. I'm looking for potential continuation around 114. That is my first target, the ME55, and from there potentially continuation to 110. Now, why I'm saying this is very simple. Is because if you check higher time frames to the chart, we have here a better variance right now here with actually the same thing, negative volume. The volume here, this move to 124k. We have also the orange dot. That means is not supported by volume as well. 3D chart, same thing. We have 1, 2 red dots. Like this move, actually, this is a bull. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure, right? There is a very high chance this move is actually a fake out, a bull trap. Actually, as you can see, we have a better variance as well in 3D chart. We don't have volume here as well. We have multiple better variance in 3D chart. And if we go to one weekly chart, we have actually, this is very, very interesting here. Finally, we have not just only one, we have two better variance in weekly chart. So what I'm trying to say, of course, the trend is your friend until the end, and that Bitcoin is in uptrend. That is a fact, right? That is a fact. But of course, we have corrections. This one was a correction. This one it was a correction. Now here is time to see a correction. But now the difference is between this price action and this price action and this one, we have even a stronger better divergences here. So that's actually my problem. And not just only that, you see, I mean, you don't have maybe access, but you can, you want to get access, just send me a DM. Every time when we have in higher time frames here, the red dots here, you can expect sideways or a crash actually in weekly chart. Of course, we have some fake signals. You have to be careful with this because it's not perfect. There is no perfect system, right? Of course, there is no perfect system. Yep, yeah, I take losses. I take losses like same as you. But overall, in the long term, my system of trading actually is good enough, I think. So let me show you here. When you see the green dots, it was in 2022. This was calling the bottom of the market. Actually, that's why I really like it. This new indicator, the BSA indicator here with OBB. As you can see here in weekly chart in 2022, we have these green dots here with very low volume. We can say was fake, and after that a massive move to the upside. But pay attention to the red dots. Every time when we have the red dots, well, we have this small crash, right? A small crash, well, it's weekly chart, right? So this small crash is around 26%, and here is around 25%, and here is around 20%, and from here as well, we have a 20%. So in average, every time when we have these kind of signals, we can expect in weekly basis around 20-25%. So right now here, for example, in the last one we got, this one was in December. In December, from this point and this point, it was actually deeper. It was 30%, and now we have multiple dots. So if we follow the same pattern, of course, we could expect around 20%, around 90K in weekly chart. Of course, it's gonna take some time. Now, the good news here, at least with volume here, I don't see a major sell signal. The MA here, the MA is still positive. You have to be worried when you see the MA getting negative here, the slope, and also the bars are below here. When they are below here, well, that's it, game over. Game over, because that means the volume is not coming anymore in higher time frames. So that's why we can expect potentially, we could expect a deeper correction. Now, one more thing here is like in weekly chart, we have not just only in curve, we have multiple Buddhist divergences. Let me fix this because, oh my God, what happened with my chart? Okay. We have also multiple Buddhist divergences here in OBB, and also we have the confirmation of a new low. So that's why I'm telling you right now, there is a very high probability to see a new, actually a weekly correction. Weekly correction looking for the first target around 110. Of course, if this level is taken here, let me show you here around this area, 110, 114 actually closing below there, weekly basis. Yeah, we can expect a major drop all the way down to 100K, 95K. But step by step, right? Step by step. What I'm doing right now in the very short term, 1 hour chart, I open a long position around 118, 300, looking for the MI55, 119, 800, 700, around there. That's all is on the trade. I am not holding this. So from this is the projection in only 1 hour chart. Of course, very short term, only today, and that's all. And after that, I will start looking for maybe another short position, because for our chart, yeah, we will see a bounce, but we have better variances in all higher time frames, and this is actually very concerning, right? Because now let's talk about the monthly. Well, we are in the middle of the month, but it's very interesting here. Let me show you something. Bitcoin this month, potentially the next close, we if we see Bitcoin closing actually below, I would say 114K this month. Yeah, 114K. Just taking that's the problem. We don't need indicators for this. Just watch the body, the size of the body of each candle. Very big, smaller, smaller, kind of, and smaller, right? So this is very obvious when the market actually is, well, this is not very strong right now. So I think honestly, just careful here, because taking 114K in weekly basis, yeah, if we see the close below this yellow line this week, you will see a major drop correction, not crash, correction to 90, 95K in the midterm. Of course, Bitcoin is in uptrend. Okay, the only way to talk about Bitcoin, like we are gonna enter in a bear market, is if we see Bitcoin breaking 90K. So we are fine, we are okay still, but in my case, I actually getting ready for to open other shorts, more shorts. Um, of course, remember, this is not financial advice, right? But we have multiple better variances in higher time frames, right? So that's why always is very bad when you see only just one side of the market. It could be, oh, you're very bullish, Ethereum, right? 10K, I know, right? Bitcoin, $135,000 with $500. I have no idea how this guy can actually calculate the number, right? It's very interesting for me how some people they can Ethereum is gonna hit 5,400 with 20 cents in 1 week. Okay, that's good. Thank you. It's very funny, but well, in my case, I am not that good. I am just a simple human, so that's why I cannot predict the exact number, right? Yeah. The thing here is like the best thing I can do right now here is, well, I know we have multiple better variances here. Don't get me wrong, I am not calling for the bear market, not yet, because I mean Bitcoin is doing well. It's doing well, right? But just not because of that, I am just blind and just, oh yeah, the alt season, right? that is on Ethereum is gonna kill Bitcoin. Uh, I don't know. Okay, so now let's talk about something else. Let me show you here the USD dominance because actually this is very, very, very important. For me, it's more important even than Bitcoin right now because Bitcoin dominance in weekly basis is testing major, major support. That's why thinking Bitcoin will hit 1 million right now is very, very, very difficult for me because right now USD dominance is testing the biggest support since 2024. And now, as you can see, we have a buy signal here. Of course, we don't have volume. We don't have volume. And that's actually, to be honest, this thing is very concerning because it's breaking the previous low of 2024. So potentially, I'm hoping, right, for bulls, if this level breaks to the downside, oh my God, yeah, you will see Bitcoin at 140K or 150K. But I cannot predict the future, so that's why this is support. I don't care, right? And the only thing I can do here is like this, okay? That's all. It's the only thing I can do here. I know. Maybe you're expecting, Bitcoin is gonna crash. USD dominance is gonna crash more. Yeah, maybe you are right, but it's support. I don't short support. I don't short support. So that's why for me it's very difficult to start thinking, oh yeah, from here it's gonna Bitcoin will pump more. I don't think so. It's very strong support since 2000. Well, actually it was resistance in 2020. Now it's support. I'm looking for a bounce. Let me show you here in 1 day chart. In 1 day chart we have a bullish divergence forming right now. So in USD dominance, we have this beautiful bullish divergence here, and not just only that, we have in volume, we have a beautiful test to the MI55, and not just only that, we have in BSA, we have multiple green dots. Remember, now we have green dots here, and we have red dots in Bitcoin. So that's why I am bullish here. I am bullish here, looking for 4.60. So that's actually the probability to see Bitcoin at 114K right now. Actually, they are very high right now. So now let's continue with the monthly. Monthly here is very, very interesting here because this thing is in consolidation here. The last drop here, if we study the volume, I know it's looking very bad here in OBV. I know there is no volume, but if you study here what is happening here, the drop from this point and this point, the sell pressure is less and less and less and less. Okay, so this is telling me the sell pressure here is getting weaker. So this is a very strong support, and there is a very high chance this is actually consolidation. Yep, it's monthly, so don't worry, it's not gonna happen this year, potentially 2026 or by the end of the year. That's all. Now let's continue with the Bitcoin dominance because now we are in altcoin season, right? We are in altcoin season. People are so bullish right now. Now let me show you here the weekly chart. Weekly chart right now here is um, testing or potentially breaking the MI55 here, but this is not official, right? We have to wait for at least this candle. This candle should be very strong, something like this, very strong here. But we are not there yet. So because it's testing the MI55, I have to follow all just my rules. Here is support, right? So that's why we have to wait here. Now, we have multiple green dots here. What I'm trying to say here is there is a very high chance this is gonna be a support. So be careful with your altcoins because maybe they will stop pumping for a while. They will actually maybe in sideways or potentially they will just start correcting. Okay. Now, testing the MI55 here in volume here. So as you can see, testing the MI55 here in price action. We don't have buy signal yet, but I will be careful here. Just maybe taking some profits. Why not, right? If you bought maybe Ethereum at 2,700, 3,000, and now you're in profit, of course it's up to you, right? But for me, it's a good timing to start thinking to take some profits, right? Yeah. Well, let me show you here the 1 day chart. 1 day chart, we have a bullish divergence forming right now here. I am bullish here, looking for a bounce. OBB, BSA also is showing the signal here. There is no sell pressure here. This is actually a bear trap here. It's very simple to see it. As you can see, there is no volume here, sell pressure. So next week I think we will see a bounce here, a bounce looking for maybe 62, 63, potentially yes. Now something very interesting here in the monthly. I want to see this because this is very, very, very interesting here. I don't know what is going to happen here because we have a better variance in monthly with sell signal, formally speaking, right? Formally speaking, we have a sell signal. Technically, this is the call for an all season. Now, Bitcoin is getting rejected by the MA 100. Yep. But it's going to test the MA 55. Yep. So, for me, it's very obvious. Usually, when I see something like this, is the Bitcoin dominance is going to be in sideways here for a long time, potentially between 56 to maybe 61 for a long, long, long time. Yeah, maybe consolidation, maybe, but I think what we can expect the rest of the year and maybe potentially next year is just going to be in sideways here, and potentially here it could be the time to start thinking to in altcoins. Potentially, yeah, actually, yeah, makes sense. But as I said before, I don't buy altcoins if they don't crash first. I know some of you or many of you, you like to take risk and you buy and you are making profits right now. Congratulations. I see so many traders in my community, they are making good profits with altcoins. I am very proud of you, seriously. I'm very happy for you. In my case, I don't trade altcoins, only spot because I prefer, well, I am more conservative about my trading. My trading style is more conservative right now. Okay, now let's continue with some altcoins. The first one I want to check is Ethereum. I know Ethereum is now huge, right? Is a wow, massive move to the upside. Looking for wow, 200% actually is very powerful. In the monthly here, we have a buy signal here. You can say, yeah, we can say this signal was real, potentially, yeah. But the problem with this is, as you can see, the heel of the momentum of this signal is a joke. It's a joke. So what I'm trying to say here is, yeah, formally right now in price action, Ethereum is doing so well. It's very good in price action, but it's not sustainable. And why? Because the momentum is a joke. Of course, now officially we have a better variance in the monthly here, and also we have a red dot here forming this month. The last time when we have this red dot, it was here, and after that, a major crash happened. So what I'm trying to say is, I am not calling for a crash. Yes, I am telling you, at least if it's me who is here as a trader, investor, I don't care. I will just take profits and I will be happy. I don't care after that. It's up to you. You want to hold Ethereum to 1 million because you are bullish right now. Perfect. Totally fine. In my case, I like to take profits, right? So here is the area to take profits here. I know in the macro scale, this area, no thank you, no thank you. Buying Ethereum at 4,600 at least is insane for me. Now let's continue with a weekly chart because I know you want to see what is going on. The reality right now for Ethereum is just in sideways, macro sideways, where this is the resistance and this is the support. That's all. There is no trend. There is no trend. Ethereum in weekly chart and monthly is not trending. It's just in sideways, where we are just playing ping pong in the macro scale. You buy here, you sell here. You buy here, you sell here. That's all. One day, one of the ranges, they will break, but we don't know when. Now the question is, potentially it could happen right now. Yeah, but we know monthly is not very good. I mean, at least the momentum and the volume. So I will be very careful buying here Ethereum at 4,600 because at least with volume we cannot confirm this is a legit, a real move in the macro scale. Now let's talk about the weekly chart. Weekly chart right now here in weekly chart is actually momentum is very good. Volume is very good. The MA is actually, the volume is very good. The MA is actually positive here. In weekly chart, we still have momentum. That doesn't mean Ethereum will keep pumping. That means potentially it's just gonna be in range for a while here. Maybe the rest of the month. Potentially, yeah, it's gonna be there for a while. Now let's talk about the one-day chart. One-day chart, very careful here. We have beautiful better variance here forming here, and as usual OBB is showing us the direction. This is like this. Of course, it's a pullback, right? It's not a crash, it's a pullback to keep bouncing because the trend is our friend. Yes, in one day chart we have a trend, right? So this is the time to sell, at least for me, and wait for the pullback. And if you are bullish, just follow the trend until the end and continuation, right? That's all. Now we have a better variance here in curve, and also here, and also we have, wow, beautiful one, like around 4 dots here, screaming this move is a bull trap in 1-day chart. Now let's continue with more. I'm gonna continue with XRP because, well, people ask me about XRP all the time. There is no volume. There is nothing to talk about. This is in sideways here in weekly chart. We will have a sell signal with better divergence. Be careful here. MA55 got rejected here, and also, well, actually it's in sideways. As you can see here, the volume is flat here, so I don't see any, I don't know, something interesting. There is one altcoin actually I'm watching right now, Tron. This thing is actually something very interesting. Since 2022 is actually pumping all the time. It's around 500%. Actually, I'm thinking in the next real alt season, I'm thinking to buy this thing after I see a major crash in the markets. But well, no financial advice. Now let's talk about Solana. Solana, yeah, I know many of you are bullish here, and I am not. Of course, in weekly chart, I am not bullish in weekly chart, of course. Volume is healthy. I mean, it's still healthy, the volume, but it's not strong enough to call like new ATH or something like that. I don't think so. It's just sideways here, price action, where this is the first target, an extension potentially to maybe 250, but no more than that, because the volume, the momentum is not very good. Volume is still so. But yeah, as you can see here, since sideways here, one thing is actually interesting here for Solana is the monthly here. The sell pressure is almost over in 1 month. As long as Bitcoin is in sideways for a long time, somehow, right, without crashing, it's around between 114 to 125, 24K for months. Yeah, we could see a real move maybe in the following months, but for now, well, it's just sideways action here. Let's talk about the 1-day chart. 1-day chart, we have, what we have in 1-day chart? Let me see. We have a better variance in 1-day chart. Yep. So I think the market is telling us right now it's time for a pullback. A pullback, I think, next week. Yep, makes sense, right? Because we will have a sell signal as well in Bitcoin. Also, well, you have any suggestions, any comments? Please let me know. Let's talk about Cardano. Cardano, sideways. Remember what I said to you here. Cardano is in sideways here. It's flat here. There is no trend. It's just in sideways here, where $1 is the resistance and support is 150. Now, for me, this is not very good because the momentum is not very good. Volume is not very good. But well, it's sideways right now. There is no trend. There is no trend. Holding here, the MA55, right, is holding. My only one concern with Cardano is if actually this MA55 can hold enough, because now it's looking strong, but actually it's not. When you see a support tested so many times, this is telling you the support is getting weaker and weaker. If Bitcoin is, imagine in this situation, Bitcoin is dropping to maybe 90K from here. Of course, so, not just only Cardano, many altcoins will break key supports and they will enter in downtrend. So that's why just be careful, take profits. That's my point. When you are buying altcoins, don't let your emotions to control you, because it's very easy with altcoins. Oh my God, I'm making 40%, 50%. And now you imagine yourself in Dubai with two sexy chicks right here. Yeah, no, that's not the mindset. You have just to take profits. Take profits. That's the point. Take profits when you see finally my target hit. But Donald Trump, I don't care. Just take profits, right? You have to make it real. It's not real. That number you see in the wallet is not real until you take profits. Yeah. So okay, now let's continue with the stock market. I'm gonna talk about the stock market. Well, let me show you here the stock market. First of all, there is one asset I'm watching is Adobe. let me show you this beautiful thing. For me, actually, this is a big buy opportunity, at least in my humble opinion, right? Where we have here in bi-monthly here, we have the Adobe testing the MI55 with low volatility, low volatility here. So I think we will see a reaction. Not maybe not a new all-time high, but yes, a reaction potentially, yeah. And let me show you the weekly chart. Weekly chart here, we have a wonderful bullish divergence forming in volume. And actually, I am very bullish here, looking for actually a bounce. Looking for a bounce here, where I am looking for this bounce in the weekly basis. I mean, the following months, I'm looking for 400, 430 potentially there. And also in Wonder chart, we have a buy signal right now. Volume is coming here. It's just starting here. We have a green dot here. So yeah, looking for 380, 390 in one day chart. But the as investor, right? As investor, the trend is your friend until the end. And this is very simple. If you use this, you check this chart, the MA55 has been acting as support for long time, and now we are here again. Yep. And well, for me, of course, it's a buy here, right? Now let's continue with the stock market here. The SP 500 here, we have new all-time high here. New all-time high. Remember, don't short the stock market. As long as America is just printing dollars, I don't see this thing crashing. It's like Shiba Inu, right? Kind of meme coin. So don't short. Just wait for the pullbacks and buy the pullbacks. That's all. There is no point of shorting these kind of things. Sell signal validation here. This is the MI55 here. Multiple red dots here. But as you can see, for the stock market, we have sideways or small pullbacks. So that's why I am not very sure. Actually, I'm looking for continuation. The reason is, thanks to the BSA, now I can identify when potentially we could see a major crash. And as you can see here, in the last time is in 2022, when you see the volume actually decreasing here, and finally we got this resolution, right? Yeah. And here the same thing, volume decreasing here, and after that a major crash. But as you can see here, we don't have the same signature here. So I am not expecting a crash, like the next 2008 crash. I don't think so. So that's why it's very important to not just watching one side of the market. Okay, it's very important. Now let's continue with more. Let's talk about, for example, Nvidia. Nvidia right now, volume is beautiful. I like the volume, is healthy. Yeah. And also the time in weekly chart is actually the monthly actually is holding very good. Of course, as investor, this is not the time to buy, right? We don't buy when the market is pumping. We buy when the market is correcting. Yep, it's a basic principle of investing. You don't buy when everything is green, when everything is super nice. You buy when it's actually dropping or after corrections. The last opportunity to buy Nvidia was in 2025 April here, and that's all. Yeah. Now let me show you here in weekly chart. We will see a sell signal, but remember, if you see the signal and you see the correction, it's just a buy opportunity. It's just a buy opportunity. There is no point to short Nvidia, at least in my perspective. Now Tesla is holding the MI55. Is holding, actually, is doing well. So I will be bullish maybe in a couple months if we see a sell signal here, a buy signal here, and it's holding the MI55. For now, it's just sideways. Now let's talk about Meta. We will see, we have a sell signal potentially, yes, soon, but same, the trend is your friend till the end, and just buy the pullbacks, and that's all. Let's continue with Amazon. We have a better variance. No, this calculation is wrong. Volume is very healthy. Sideways, you're sideways here. Apple, yep, the projection was correct. As you can see here, we have this projection was to the upside, right? To the upside, and as you can see, it's moving to the upside here. Sell signal is still on, still present. Sorry, buy signal is still present. Still looking for maybe continuation under 235 potentially. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue with more. I think that's all, guys. That's all. I think about Bitcoin recap for Bitcoin is, let me show you here. We have a in the short term, very short term, 1 hour chart. I mean today. Now it's too late. Now it's too late. Please don't do that. That was actually in the morning, around 3 hours ago, I think, where the target should be around 120 and sideways. That's all. Looking for a potential bounce here in 4 hour chart, but that is something I'm looking something like this, and after that potential continuation, because we have a better divergence forming right now in 1 day chart. So for me, if we see this bounce here, is gonna be a sell opportunity. Now let's talk about something else. I want to show you something. I was working with this for I started working with this like maybe a couple of weeks ago, but now it's ready. Let me show you here what I'm talking about. This is the official website of my channel. Yep, as you can see here, we have here this in feature trading activity is real. This is real. This is not fake. Actually, right now I am in long position. Yesterday I was in short and I took. I was in long position around 20. I opened position at 121k, 1 hour chart buy signal, and I got to stop it. And as you can see here, I got sorry, not stop it. Like my stop loss hit, and now after that, I was in short, and well, as you can see, this is actually my trading journal. The idea of this website is very simple. All the content, indicators, my system of trading, all the content, I'm gonna move everything here. Everything is gonna be here for all the people who are supporting the channel. You are Patreon supporter, you will get access. You don't have to pay anything because you are supporting the channel. Yep. And also, let me show you here. What we are gonna have here is all the indicators, all the articles about my seasonal trading. I'm going to explain what is curve, how to read the curve, how to use OBB, and my new indicators, price action, and many things. All the things I'm trying to. No, it's not a course. Let me explain. This is not a course, a trading course. Buy my course. No. This is a material you can use to learn. Yep. The only thing I'm doing here is organizing 4 years of content in just one place where you can go there and you can read it. That's all. Okay, that's all. I am not selling anything like a course or whatever. Trading indicators, no, you already have access. Of course, in the sections of indicators, I will explain even better how to use them, how to read them, and also I added another thing like a trading journal. I know for you it's very difficult to follow this, to do that, but it's extremely important. If you really want to become a successful trader, you must track your trades. And it's not like a budgeting application because you want to add your bank account and do it automatically. No. For trading, it doesn't work. You have to do it manually, because if you do it manually, you will be conscious about your executions and you will start asking to yourself, why did you lose? That's the point. That's the biggest difference, because someone told me, it's like a budgeting application. I want to read my trades from the exchange. No, that doesn't work. It could work for a report, but if you want to improve your skills, you have to record everything by yourself. That's the thing. Now, let me show you here one more thing. Here, I added different tools I use in my normal daily life. For example, position size calculator, compound interest calculation. When I am investing, I like to use it. Also, custom indicator. Well, as I said before, all the things I am sharing, and this is the same price as my Patreon. You actually just press the button here. You will go to my Patreon, and that's all. And well, this is the review. The reviews are real. They are coming. Thank you, guys. They are coming from you in the community. Thank you so much. Let me show you something very interesting here. We have here the trading journal. I'm gonna ask before. I'm gonna show you here the trading journal. Actually, I think it's much better. As you can see here, let me show you my account. This is the account I actually am using. I'm using $1,500. My PNL right now is 74, and I executed 4 trades. Why is this important? Because I can go here, I can see my information, but this is not the most important thing. This one is the most important thing here, because I can see all the analytics, all my behavior as a trader. As a trader, I can learn what I'm doing wrong. Yep. For example, here, trading patterns. I am always just trading Bitcoin. Now I have more shorts than longs. I am shorting more, and the average price, the average amount of capital I'm using is around 15K. And also, as you can see here, in the long term, I can see in 2025 how much money I will make, how many from 1 year, how many months actually I'm winning, I'm losing, right? And that is extremely important information in the long term. If you are gonna take this seriously, you don't have to use this tool. This is for me, but you can, as a Patreon supporter, you can actually access here. You can create your own account. You could have multiple accounts, and you can actually use this tool to start tracking your trades. Yep. Now, the most also education here is this is example. This is an example. This is not the real content, but I wanted to show you. You will have also the mobile version is ready, so you will have access to all the content here. Yep. I'm still working with the content, but the idea because you're supporting the channel, you want to learn more about my system, you can use this website also as application. Yep. And you can read all the content and everything. And also I'm gonna add as an optional, right, this AI podcast. For example, if you don't want to read because maybe psychology of trading is boring for you, but it's very important. Actually, it's more important than technical analysis, at least in my opinion. But you don't want to read all the things. Well, you can just listen the content as a podcast. I'm gonna add here the audio as well. We have more things. As you can see, this is just an example, right? This is just an example how I will do that. Also about indicators, same thing. I know it's looking like a course, but it's not. It's just I want to organize the content of my system of trading for you guys, because the biggest complaint I got in 4 years is like, hey man, there is no place where actually I can learn your system. The only way to do that is just watching all the live streams. And it's a pain, right? Now, all this content, as I said before, is going to be for Patreon supporters. And also, there is another way to access to this content, but I'm going to explain to you. And here I have the calculation, as you can see here, the calculator, position size calculator, and also the arbitrage scanner. I don't use it like for trading, but why I build this tool is for volatility. When you see the market is moving very, 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 very high, you want to see the price of in Binance, on KuCoin, on different things, right? And that is when you see something interesting could happen. And as you can see here, the market for altcoins is calm. We can say is actually in sideways right now, but sometimes we have 2%, 3% gaps. So the market is moving, and actually it's very, very, very good, at least for me, to see what is going on in the markets in the big picture. Now, there is one more topic I want to show you. Leaderboards. What is a leaderboard? I am doing this partnership with Bluffing Exchange, and actually I really like the platform. You don't have to use it if you don't want. Yeah, no, it's up to you, right? But the reason why I like it is because actually it's very stable. It's very stable. It's very, very stable. Actually, I really like it. And also the fees, actually, they are very low. But the thing here is like, here, this a leaderboard, because some of you are trading with my link. You create an account. As you can see here, we have all the traders, right? And we have the 1, 2, 3 traders, but it's very simple. Weekly leaderboard who are more active based on volume, like who are trading even more in the exchange. But why I'm showing you this is because thanks to actually my partnership with them, I started this like concept of commission pools. What does that mean? Um, all the fees I am getting from you guys. Thank you for your support that you are using exchange, because of course I have to be honest. When you are trading with your fees, I am getting some cash. It's not a lot. It's just a little bit. But the point here is like I want to use that cash to it's like a cashback. Just because you are trading here, the top three traders, for example, right now, uh, they will get return by the end of the month. In the next 16 days, the first place is gonna get 124 dollars, sorry, 74 and 49, and this is the pool. Right now, this money is gonna be distributed by the top traders in bluffing. So what I'm doing this is because first of all, if you are just trading with bluffing, you don't have to pay the subscription. I will add that support. I will add that feature. Like you, based on volume, you can actually unlock different private channels and content in the application, and also the Discord channel. So you will not have to pay Patreon anymore if you don't want. Of course, some people they want to use Patreon. Perfect, no problem. Thank you so much. But if you are actually using bluffing for trading, maybe you let me just enable the feature first. Maybe you could consider just to move to that because you will not have to pay any more Patreon, and just with trading by trading with bluffing with my link, that's all. You will get all the features for free. Mhm. Now let me show you here the board. And the board, for example, right now, uh, the first one is actually making around 124 USD. You are watching right now this live stream. You can go to your bluffing account, and if you are trading right now, you can just check the number here. It's public. You can enter to my website, and you will see. And the last day, in 16 days, automatically this pool is gonna be distributed by the top three, and I will repeat the same thing and the same thing, over time. Okay, so if you want to join to this, you can just enter here, leonidascrypto.com slash application app slash pool, or you can enter to my Discord, and you can just start trading with open a new account with bluffing, and you can actually, just by doing that, you will automatically enter in this pool as long as you use the exchange like often. You will enter in this competition. Okay, guys, I think that's all. I will continue improving. Remember, this application or this website is gonna be the main source of content. All indicators or articles, everything. Everything. What I'm doing right now, this is because I think after 4 years, I started this as a hobby. I think it's time to take this channel, the content to the next level. I want to offer something more professional, something more reliable, like not like sometimes, even if I am not online, you can access to the website and you can check the indicators, you can check the examples, and well, you can talk with the community as well. And I think that's all, guys. That's all. Let me just switch to the channel, the chart. Recap for Bitcoin. Let me show you here. Technically speaking, Bitcoin is holding right now the support. As you can see, this is the support right now. Well, potentially. But honestly, I am looking for a bounce in the short term, maybe 4-hour chart, and after that a potential break, or looking for maybe 114, 113k. And the reason is because we have a better divergence forming right now for Bitcoin. Okay, we don't have volume. Yeah, so be careful here, because just saying, but this move could be the trigger for a higher or deeper correction in weekly basis, because in weekly basis we have also weekly a better divergence as well. The only thing is positive here is the ADX is negative. You can say the trend is very strong still, but well, when you have OBB and you have CUR in the, showing you the same thing, and not just only that, the BSA showing you also the same thing, well, that is a time when actually, at least for me, it's a time to take profits, right? Be happy, right? And the best trade right now is just not trading, just enjoying your investments or your profits. That's all. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next